What is going on, everybody? So today we are going to be talking about a question that I've been getting a lot, and I've been seeing it a lot in the comments, and that is joining the military right now during the pandemic. So obviously right now, all across the world, and especially in the United States of America, everything really has changed. Ever since March, just nothing has really been the same, and basic training is included in that. Now, earlier this year, I had planned on going to a basic training location, Fort Jackson specifically, and essentially shadowing and watching and recording, a basic training cycle for you guys. That has now been pushed back. I'm gonna be still waiting for an approval because all of the stuff going on. So I haven't been able to do that. I haven't been able to see firsthand what's been happening at basic training and all the changes that's been going on. So really, I've just been hearing from people, and I've also been seeing pictures and things like that of basic training. So with that being said, this video is just gonna be completely my personal opinion and to help you guys out with whether or not you should kind of push back, your timeline for joining the military. I'm gonna talk about my personal opinion, kind of like what I might do and what I recommend to y'all. So if you've already signed your contract and if you already picked your shipping date, then this video isn't necessarily for you. Just be aware that your basic training experience is going to be even more so different than other people's that joined, last year, or people that are gonna join in the future. You're just gonna have a different experience, not only just because you're still gonna be wearing masks and things like that, but there's gonna be a lot more precautions. I don't know specifics, but there's gonna be a lot more precautions, just like there is on the outside world with people being together in a close quarters area, because that happens a whole lot at basic training. And if you joined in the past to go to basic training, you're probably going to get sick just for the fact of a lot of people all around the world getting crammed together in a small area. And so when you combine that with the pandemic, that is going to make things even worse. And just be aware that because of all this going on, that your experience is going to be different. Now, with that being said, should you push back your timeline for joining the military? If you are thinking of joining the military in 2020, should you still do it? Or should you kind of push it off and wait just a little bit for things kind of to get back to like the new normal? Because things probably, just in general, my personal opinion on this, things are never going to get back to the way they were. There's going to be small changes across the entire planet, essentially, with how this has affected things. So basic training is still not going to be the same. This is going to be kind of like a changing point for the world, essentially. And so now the opinion part of this, if this was me, if I was thinking of joining the military right now, what would I personally do? This is my personal opinion, and my personal opinion from the comments that I've seen from the people who are at basic training now, from the people who are in the holdover locations and things like that are just kind of chilling out, waiting, being quarantined because of all the crap going on. Me personally, if I haven't signed a contract yet, then I would at least wait a couple of months. I would probably, like, prime time for me would be going to basic training like in the spring of next year, like March or April of next year. I think that would be kind of like a prime time thing to do, just to wait for things to somewhat blow over. I mean, I don't think you should not join the military because of this. I don't think that you should wait an extra whole year or an extra 2 years or something because of this, because there's always going to be inconveniences. But for me personally, just because of all the craziness going on, just the complete change of how basic training has had to adapt to this, I would wait a couple of months, wait until early spring of next year. If you can pick a shipping date, then go ahead and do that. If you've already picked your shipping date, if you've already sworn in, if you've already got all that signed, ready to go, then just go for it. Don't be trying to get out of leaving for basic training. If you're leaving in a month, if you're leaving next week, if you're leaving tomorrow and you're watching this video, don't worry about it. Basic training, I promise you, it's gonna suck either way. It's not like basic training was gonna be like an awesome, amazing thing if you didn't join during the COVID time frame. Just be aware that it's gonna suck no matter what, but with all this kind of piled on top, if you can wait a couple extra months, then I would say go ahead and wait a couple of extra months. Watch more of your Matt Ward videos. Catch up on all of my old videos before you go. Learn a whole lot of stuff. But if you can't afford to wait, like let's say you got a period of time in your life where you kind of have to go now and you want to go and you have to go like as soon as possible in order to pay for things with your family or whatever, then I would say don't wait. It's not going to be too crazy, too bad of an experience. I mean, it'll kind of, in a sense, be a really interesting experience that you're going to be able to talk about for the rest of your life. Like, you went to basic training during this whole pandemic and things were crazy, and you can tell people about all your stories, because that's all of what, you know, people do when you go to basic training. You talk about all the crazy basic training stories that you had, you know, aka this channel. So I've had this topic come up to me way too many times. I've seen it in the comment section way too much to not really just make a short little dedicated video on the topic, and that's whether or not you should push back your enlisting, you know, time for shipping out to basic training. Like I said, if you can pick a date that's a little bit later, personally, I would do that. But if you can't and it's too much of an inconvenience, then go ahead and leave right now. Just, you know, in a sense, embrace the suck of basic training. It's gonna suck no matter what, and you're gonna get through it. So that's gonna be it for this quick little highly opinionated video. So just take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I don't want like everybody who watches this video to, like, you know, try to get out of their basic training contract or try to push back their ship date or something like that. I'm just telling you guys my personal opinion because I've been asked that so much. But like I said, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. If you want some more of my videos, because you may have some extra time on your hands now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I'll see y'all later.